Hi everyone, my name is Gabriel and this is the Hour of the Raven, your channel for everything Ravenloft, RPG, Dungeons and Dragons, and horror. Today, we will help you explore the beautiful and dangerous lands of Barovia, where the infamous Count Strahd rules on his throne from Castle Ravenloft. But before preparing your travel gear, stakes, and cloves of garlic, there is a warning to the most inexperienced explorers of this journey. If you only know Barovia through the recent Curse of Strahd 5th edition adventure, you'll notice that there are many differences in the realm described here. The Curse of Strahd adventure was written as a new adaptation of the Ravenloft I6 classic adventure, and in fact brings a different Barovia, much closer to its first version, before its expansion to the neighborhood kingdom of Gundarak and its relationships with other kingdoms revealed by the mists. We don't know yet if a new Ravenloft campaign setting will ever be released for the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons, and how this adventure will fit chronologically in the campaign setting. So most of the secrets revealed in this video are related to the knowledge gained in the old tomes of the 2nd and 3rd edition of Dungeons and Dragons. Are you prepared? If so, let us go down on the old Slavish road before the sun sets behind the mounts of the Balinox, and the creatures of the night come hunting for their prey. Hour of the Raven. Barovia is a kingdom of medieval cultural level, inspired by the lands of Transylvania. The kingdom is ruled by Count Strahd von Zarovich, and was engulfed by the mists to the dim plain of Dread in the year of 351 of the Barovian calendar. For many years these lands were surrounded by the mists and isolated from the outside world, which contributed to their backwardness and desolation. Barovia is in the southern and central part of the main continent. To the north, it borders the mysterious Shadow Rift. To the east, the kingdoms of Nova Vaza and Hazlan. To the south, with lands of Kartakas and Forlorn. And to the west, with the realms of Citicus, Invidia, and Burka. The geography of this region is marked by the Balinoch Mountains, a long mountain range that crossed the kingdom, and which historically marked its borders. Today, with the partial annexation of the neighborhood kingdom of Gundarak, the lands also encompass the hills and vales that extend beyond the mountain range. Although Barovia's economy is not marked by any relevant production, the kingdom has a strategic geographical position. After the emergence of the Shadow Rift in the middle of the core lands, passing through the old Slavish road through the Balinoch Mountains is crucial for the trade of many realms in the lands of the mists. The high mountain range and its ice peaks, its large lakes, dark valleys and forests give Barovia a picturesque and beautiful landscape. The Balinoch Mountains range is a difficult place to explore and climb, marked by cliffs and canyons, freezing winds, and places where sunlight rarely reaches. If the hardships imposed by the cold and the terrain were not enough, the hills are known for countless legends of freezing demons and specters of the many who have perished in their passages. Around the Balinox extend the valleys and hills. In the northwest of the kingdom are the Dread Mounts, which extend from Burka-tainted forests to the west of the Balinox. The heavy traffic of the old Slavish road makes the place a common target for bandits and other predators feeding on unwary travelers. To the south of the Balinox, the Bloody Fang Hills extend into the haunted forests of Forlorn, and are sometimes attacked by barbarian tribes of goblins, invaders from that kingdom. Barovia has three major river basins: the Gundar River, which runs through the temperate forests towards Borca, the Evil's and Sunset Rivers, which descends toward Nova Vaza in dangerous rapids, and finally, the River Luna, that runs west toward Borca. Barovia is crossed by three main roads. The Crimson Road, formerly known as Gundar Road, crosses Barovia between the south and southeast, linking the kingdoms of Cartacas and Borca and surrounding the temperate forest. The Warlock Road heads southwest from Imo to the hands of Haslan. Finally, the Old Slavish Road, while ancient, still remains leveled and is one of the main trade roads throughout the kingdoms of the continent. It crosses Barovia horizontally, connecting Borca in the west to Nova Vaza in the east, and crossing the Balinok Range mountains. One place draws attention in this road: the Barovia Ancestral Gates, which mark the entrance to the realm through this road. The iron gates are guarded by ruined statues of Barovian soldiers, and it is known for opening and closing on its own accord, without anyone to operate it. Although it is an abusive road, the dangers of Barovia mean that almost no travelers risk this road at night, planning strategic stops along the way. There is also a dangerous trail that has been used more often in these recent years. The Dread Passage connects the city of Balaki to Zeidenburg, crossing a dangerous path to the Balinoks. The native vegetation of Barovia is marked by dark and untouched forests. The Slavish forest, which surrounds the village of Barovia, is avoided by many, as it's considered part of the Count Strahd's personal reserve, and many rumors suggest that the woods are plagued by wolves of unprecedented size. The vast temperate forest in the southwestern Barovia, in the once kingdom of Gundarak, is known as a haunted spot, where strange lights can be seen at night, and the tree trunks are marked by strange scars. Barovia country is dominated by beeches, oaks and cherry trees, and its fields in the valleys are known for its tall grass and white flowers that grow in the summer. The forests in the high regions are formed by conifers and pines. Rumor tells of a pale and hairy flower known as Vistanis tears, which grows in the Balinok altitudes and have magical and healing properties. Barovia's fauna is known for housing a large number of wolf packs that infest the forests. Barovian nights are marked by a howling symphony, and it's not uncommon for travelers to be accompanied by these animals from a distance, looking for an opportunity to attack. Other large animals such as bears are not uncommon in the region. At night, large flocks of bats emerge from the numerous caves of the Balinoks, as soon as the sun hides behind the mountains. Crows are common birds in the region and are also seen to grow to dire size. Animals, however, are not the greatest danger on these lands, and Barovia's Superstition population fears the presence of werewolves and all kinds of undead who roam the night, especially vampires. The fear of this type of blood-drinking creature shapes the culture of Barovians, who hardly accept a visitor who knocks at the door after sundown. The Barovian constructions are rustic, constructed of wood and brick, covered with moss and painted in neutral tones. There are some ruins from ancient times scattered through the kingdom, notably some ancient monasteries and fortresses found in the Balinoks, and some mysterious prehistoric stone circles whose purpose is unknown. The population of Barovia is mostly human, and divided mainly between two ethnic groups, the Barovian and the Gundarakites. Physically, the two groups are extremely similar. The tone of their skins ranges from pale to light brown, and their hair is usually dark. Men often wear shoulder-length hair, and almost all grow long mustaches, which mark their faces as a sign of virility. Women often wear long hair all their lives, and younger girls often adorn their hairs with braids. Finally, the Vistani are also common in the lands of Barovia. The mysterious nomadic people who wander through the lands of the mists, finding Barovia a safe place, thanks to the pact between the leaders and Strahd a few centuries ago. Most Barovians live in poverty and survive on subsistence, agriculture and livestock. Near the Zarovich Lake, fishing activities are also common, even during the winter period when the lake is frozen. In more developed cities and towns, artisans and traders can also be found. The economy of the kingdom is marked by trade in agriculture and livestock products. In addition to these basic products, the kingdom is also known for its distilleries and wineries, as well as the woodcraft. Finally, the Balinoks are known for their silver and copper mines, exploited for decades by the Barovian nobility. The Barovian people receive little or no education, and only the most basic notion of mathematics and writing. There are no private schools or education academies in Barovia, and even the nobility usually go out to study in the realms of Borca and Hishemgot. The temperament of Barovian people can be described as cold, reserved, and suspicious. With a mindset geared toward everyday problems, they rarely show cheerful emotions or participate in festivities. They are rarely open to answering questions about the region or its past, and distrusts any people or culture that stands out from their routine. Superstition is a mark of Barovian culture, and the population believes in many macabre legends and cautionary tales, shared across generations. Arcane magic is seen as evil and is considered to be the fruit of infernal pacts. Only the depraved seek arcane knowledge and the manipulation of dangerous natural forces. Clerical magic is accepted but also viewed with suspicion. Although several religions are active in Barovia, most Barovians do not participate in religious services or practices. Among the religions present in the kingdom are cults of Ezra, Hala, and the Morning Lord, and especially in the former lands of Gundarak, there are worshippers of the demonic god Erlin, an ancient and macabre tribal deity associated with death and violence. The government of Barovia is an hereditary monarchy of the Zarovich family. Since a tragic attack that killed almost all of the Barovian nobility in the year of 351, all recent rulers take on the name of its greatest hero and conqueror of the kingdom, Count Strahd von Zarovich. The reclusive rulers of the realm are rarely seen by the populace, though most old, observant, and unwary inhabitants of the realm suggest that the truth is darker, and that the von Zarovich family has engaged in nefarious necromancy and arcane knowledge, and some even whispers that Strahd von Zarovich conquered immortality by unholy means. The Count that rules Barovia imposes only 3 ancient laws. The first is the prohibition of entry into his castle without previous invitations of the Count. The second is a prohibition against any theft against the state, and any of such offense is punished by death, whatever is committed by peasants or among the nobility of Barovia. Finally, no harm should befall the Vistani, and to murder or hurt one of the mysterious nomadic people is punished with death. The origin of this alliance between the Zarovich family and the Vistani is unknown, but many speculate that they serve as the Count's eyes and ears in their travels to the mists. Government and other routine management issues are handled by the burgomasters, who run the villages, and the boyars, who receive their land as Count Strahd's vassals. It's they who maintain military forces to keep civil order and defend the Barovia kingdom, and levy taxes to the population. And with that, we conclude our brief guide to the brave explorers who intend to travel to the lands of Barovia. Don't feel safe yet to crossing the old mountains at night? So please subscribe to this channel and join our camp. Approach our fire, for in our next episode we will discuss the history and secrets of this cursed land.